Ever feel like you're your own worst critic when it comes to conversations? If so, you're certainly not alone. Many of us struggle with a persistent feeling of self-doubt and the weight of high expectations, especially when it comes to how we communicate with others. We sometimes set the bar so high that it seems nearly impossible to reach, leaving us feeling inadequate and discouraged. Imagine this: you're in a conversation and every word you utter feels like a misstep. You replay the dialogue in your head, criticizing each phrase, each response. You tell yourself, "I could have said that better," or "I should have made a wittier comment." This self-criticism, this voice inside your head, is your own. It's a voice that sets expectations so high they're almost impossible to meet. But here's the truth. Everyone, at some point or another, has felt this way. Everyone has moments where they stumble over their words, where they feel they've said the wrong thing, where they doubt their ability to connect with others. It's a part of being human. And while it's perfectly normal to aim high and strive for better, it's also important to remember that it's okay not to meet these lofty expectations all the time. You see, the problem isn't that you're not good enough or that you can't communicate effectively. The problem lies in the unrealistic expectations we set for ourselves and the harsh criticism we inflict when we fail to meet them. It's like trying to leap over a skyscraper in a single bound. No matter how hard we try, we're bound to fall short. So how do we combat this? How do we silence the self-doubt and lower the bar to a height that's attainable? Well, the first step is acknowledging these feelings without judgment. It's about understanding that it's okay to stumble, to not have the perfect response every time. It's about practicing self-compassion and acceptance. Remember, you're not alone in this struggle. And with the right approach, you can overcome these challenges and forge stronger, more meaningful connections. So, let's delve deeper. Let's move on to how we can practice self-compassion and acceptance to overcome these challenges. Practicing self-compassion is a crucial step towards overcoming self-doubt. If you've ever felt like you're not living up to your own expectations, remember that you're not alone. Everyone, at times, grapples with self-doubt. These feelings are a part of our shared human experience, and it's perfectly okay not to meet your high expectations all the time. So, how do we begin to practice self-compassion? First, acknowledge your feelings without judgment. This means recognizing when you're being hard on yourself and allowing yourself to feel those emotions without criticism. It's about accepting that it's okay to be imperfect. One way you can cultivate self-compassion is by writing yourself a letter of kindness. This might feel a bit unusual at first, but it can be an effective way to combat negative self-talk. In this letter, write down all the things you appreciate about yourself, your accomplishments, and your strengths. Be as kind and understanding to yourself as you would be to a dear friend. Another effective exercise is practicing mindfulness meditation. This involves sitting quietly and observing your thoughts without judgment or criticism. It's not about emptying your mind or trying to achieve a state of eternal calm. Rather, it's about watching your thoughts come and go like clouds passing in the sky. This can help you develop a more compassionate and understanding relationship with your own mind. Remember, self-compassion isn't about denying your feelings or pretending that everything is fine. It's about acknowledging your emotions and treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you'd extend to others. It's about being your own best friend in times of struggle and acknowledging that it's okay to be human. So, let's give ourselves permission to be kinder, gentler, and more understanding with ourselves. As we learn to embrace our imperfections and treat ourselves with compassion, we can begin to overcome self-doubt and build a healthier relationship with ourselves. Now that we've learned to show kindness to ourselves, let's address our expectations. It's time to reflect on our expectations and adjust them to a more realistic level. We often have a tendency to set the bar exceptionally high. especially when it comes to our interactions with others. The problem with this is that it can lead to feelings of disappointment and self-doubt when we inevitably fail to meet these lofty expectations. So what can we do about this? The first step is to reflect on our expectations. Are they truly attainable, or are we setting ourselves up for failure? If we find that our expectations are too high, it's important to adjust them to a more realistic level. This doesn't mean we're lowering our standards or settling for less. Rather, we're setting goals that are within our reach, which can lead to more success and less disappointment. Now, let's talk about the importance of celebrating small achievements. We often overlook these, focusing instead on the larger, more significant outcomes. However, small achievements can be just as important, if not more so. For example, initiating small talk with a stranger or expressing your thoughts more clearly than before are both significant victories. These moments should be celebrated regardless of the outcome of the conversation as a whole. Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is still a step in the right direction. As we progress and grow, it's also crucial to adjust our expectations as necessary. This is a dynamic process. As we improve, our expectations should evolve with us. If we find that we're consistently meeting or exceeding our expectations, it may be time to raise the bar a little higher. Conversely, if we're consistently falling short, it may be a sign that we need to adjust our expectations downward. In conclusion, setting realistic expectations is a key component of self-improvement. It allows us to set attainable goals, celebrate our victories, and continuously adjust our expectations to match our evolving skills and abilities. With realistic expectations set, let's focus on improving our communication skills. Effective communication is more than just talking, it's about active listening too. It's the art of expressing and understanding ideas, thoughts, and feelings. But how can one improve their communication skills? Let's dive in. First, consider joining a public speaking club like Toastmasters, where you can practice and refine your speaking abilities in a supportive environment. In such settings, you have the opportunity to learn from others, receive constructive feedback, and gain confidence in your communication abilities. In addition to public speaking platforms, consider participating in workshops or taking online courses focused on communication. These platforms provide a wealth of knowledge and resources that can help you hone your skills, from crafting compelling arguments to understanding body language. Now, let's talk about active listening. It's easy to fall into the trap of passively hearing someone's message without really understanding it. Active listening involves fully concentrating on what is being said, interpreting the speaker's emotions, and responding thoughtfully. It's about making the speaker feel heard and understood, which in turn builds stronger connections. But how do you practice active listening? Start by giving the speaker your full attention. Avoid distractions and focus on their words, tone, and body language. Show that you're engaged by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and using affirmative words like yes and I see. Respond effectively by summarizing what you've heard and asking thoughtful questions. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's about expressing yourself clearly and listening to others with an open mind. Practice these skills consistently, and over time, you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to connect with others. But don't stop there. After working on your communication skills, it's essential to build your confidence too. Start with low-risk social settings and gradually move to more challenging situations. Use positive affirmations and visualization techniques to build a mental image of successful interactions. With improved communication skills, we can now work on building our confidence. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Each step you take brings you closer to becoming the communicator you aspire to be. Happy communicating! Gaining confidence doesn't happen overnight, but with practice and positive affirmations, it can be achieved. Building your confidence is a journey that starts with small, manageable steps. Begin by putting yourself in low-risk social settings. This could be a casual gathering with friends or a local community event. The idea here is to practice your conversation skills without the pressure of significant outcomes. Next, make use of positive affirmations. These are powerful tools that can help you reshape your mindset. Before entering any social situation, remind yourself of your value. Recall the positive outcomes of past interactions, no matter how small they may seem. Visualization techniques can also be beneficial. Create a mental image of successful interactions. See yourself speaking confidently, being listened to, and making meaningful connections. Remember, the goal is to build your confidence gradually. With each conversation, you're not just talking, you're also learning, growing, and becoming more self-assured. Now that we're building our confidence, let's talk about seeking support and feedback. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Seeking support and feedback can be incredibly helpful. It's easy to get caught up in our own heads, but opening up to someone else can offer a fresh perspective. Whether it's friends, family, or a mentor, these trusted individuals can serve as a sounding board for your thoughts and feelings. They can share their own experiences, offer encouragement, and provide constructive criticism that can help you improve your interaction style. Sometimes, these conversations may reveal patterns or habits you weren't aware of, giving you valuable insight into your own behavior. And don't underestimate the power of professional help. A counselor or therapist can provide strategies and support tailored to your needs. Their expertise can help you navigate through your self-doubt and high expectations. With these actionable steps, you are now armed to tackle self-doubt and high expectations head-on. Remember, it's a journey, not a race.